What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this video, we have Indian hospitals are cheap. A foreigner's honest review. I think we have to be careful with using the word cheap in a sense because sometimes it can have a negative connotation. I know she doesn't mean that in any sense of the word. Her senses are cheap compared to I think it was a UK picture in the thumbnail, so maybe compared to UK prices or compared to Western prices, Indian hospitals are much more affordable. You feel me? Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Also, if you like to support the channel by becoming a member, all you gotta do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's get right to it.
Good morning, guys, and welcome to beautiful paradise of India. My name is Agnes, and I'm taking you to the hospital with me.
BP is 100 by 50.
Don't worry, everything's fine. I'm just taking you for a general health checkup. About 1.5 years ago, I did my last checkup and I've recorded everything and I posted this video, and you guys have found it to be very helpful and useful. So I thought, why not to take you along onto the second one with me today. So come along, we're going to Coquitlam Hospital, and it's not far away from here, about 2 miles from where I live. It's a really nice and pleasant place, so I'll take you along with me. Let's go.
That just reminded me. We just took my son to the hospital not too long ago, and he was see he had a high fever. It was too high, so we needed to get him in the hospital. And yeah, he was just crying and bawling. So we took him to a children's hospital that we thought our insurance covered. We get in there, we give them our insurance. We don't have any issues. They take care of him. They did a wonderful job. So. Um, Absolutely no disrespect to the staff because man, they were absolutely amazing. They never took too long. They kept bringing him what he needed, and they let us know in detail how to continue helping when we're at home, and they just did a great job. But so what we did, we brought him in. We were in there for about an hour or two. I'm gonna say closer to 2 hours. So we brought him in, explained the situation. They took his temperature, made sure everything was good, and they just gave him extra, stronger, I guess, Tylenol, like prescription strength baby medicine to help try to beat the fever. They sucked all the mucus out his nose because his nose was going crazy. So they sucked all the mucus out his nose. He absolutely hated that. And then they were giving him, trying to help him drink liquids to hydrate his body because he wasn't really eating. That fever was just tearing him up, and he needed to stay hydrated. So they just we tried to keep giving him liquids. And um, but yeah, and so we get this bill in the mail yesterday. It's $1,200. We were in there for 2 hours. They gave him a little bit of medicine, gave him liquids, but $1,200. I mean, the bill's never getting paid, but that's crazy. 1,200.
That's
It's insanity. Insanity.
So in case you're new to my channel, my name is Agnes, and me and my family have shifted from the UK to India 2.5 years ago in March 2023. And while we're staying in India, we're documenting our journey. We travel a lot. We visited 10
Oh,
different states in India. And today's
oh.
video is about healthcare check. So there are several things that we're going to discuss today. First of all, why did I even do a health check? What kind of health check did I do? Where did I do it, and what kind of package did I go for, how long it took, and what exactly happened on a day, how much did it cost, and I'm going to throw a little bonus
Oh,
here.
good
I'm going to
question.
compare this to how much would you potentially pay for such test in the UK. And at the end,
Nice.
I'm just going to tell you my overall experience and why I believe you too should get your health check done. Let's dive into it. So first of all, why did I even do a health check? Well,
Hmm.
I think and I believe, and I was brought up in that kind of environment, that once in a while, at least once every couple of years, you should get a health check done. And also a good slogan that I saw in a hospital itself, which said, early detection leads to early action. In terms of a package that I went for, I've chosen a platinum package, and last year when I did my review, I chose an executive package. So the price for this package is around 9,000 rupees, And should you wish to do it, you can just book it online. You can pick up the phone and call Caliban Hospital to see whether they are available, or you can just walk in. This is a private hospital. Nevertheless, it is accessible for anyone who lives in India, or like I have OCI, and I was able to walk into the hospital and perform such test at the same price as anyone else would. So I know I told you about the price of it in Indian rupees. I will get to the price in the UK
Okay.
at the end of this video, so make sure
Okay.
you stay tuned, because this is quite interesting actually comparison. So let me just tell you quickly what's in the platinum package, and I'm just going to take a little spreadsheet that they gave me on a date. So the first thing that they did in a day was checking my vitals, so my height, weight, and my blood pressure. While I was getting my blood pressure done, what was interesting is that the lady was measuring my blood pressure, and she was using the conventional machine, and with that she's discovered that I had blood pressure of 120/80.
That's perfect, isn't it?
That high. Now, I was very
Oh.
surprised because my blood pressure is usually on a very, very low side. I have tendency to having very low blood pressure.
Oh, okay.
And I've asked her to recheck it after she did, and she said, yes, it's indeed 100/50.
Yes, ma'am. So your BP is 100/50.
100/50.
Yeah.
So I was a bit gobsmacked to had to recall the nurse to do it again, and she's went to check to
That's kind of wild. I don't know how you do all them little tools work at all, but I thought 120/80 was normal. I think it is normal. She just said like I'm just used to having like really low blood pressure, so it being at that is just never something that it's never been up there.
up another stethoscope, after which she has rechecked my blood pressure, and she's concluded that it was indeed 100/50. So after the vitals, I went to get my blood sample. So this is still fasting. Remember, guys, you are not supposed to come to the hospital with your stomach full. So they take your sample of the bloods plus the urine before you eat in. You go back into the reception where you can have your breakfast. So they want to then let you have the breakfast, and 2 hours later they retake the sample of your blood, mainly for the glucose. So they only take one sample just to make sure that they will check how your blood reacts to the food or to the sugar level in your bloodstream. How much does it spike, I guess. So once that was done, once I've had my breakfast, and what I wanted to point out is that the breakfast this time around, compared to what it was a year and a half, wasn't as good. Perhaps it was much later to what I've had my breakfast, to what it was last year, because the choice wasn't that great. Besides, the fruit was pretty much gone, so I couldn't get any fruit. Tea was gone. So I must say that the food choice this year round was not impressive, or at least I didn't find it to be as good as it was a year and a half ago.
Well, that stinks. But that's cool that you guys even get food up there. Like, but I guess is this something that like to do this full health check that kind of takes a really long time, so you kind of get that break to eat after you get your blood drawn, because again you haven't eaten before because they don't want anything to mess with the blood work, and so now you finally get to eat something once you get your blood drawn and continue the rest of your health check throughout the day.
So going back to what was next, I went then to the X-ray department where I've had my chest X-ray done. After which I've had my lungs checked. So you go into the PFP, pulmonary function test. So on the lung test, you literally blow in a big tube, and that shows your lung capacity and how strong they are. My lungs happened to be perfectly fine, and the doctor was quite impressed actually with the results. And despite having COVID twice in my life, I'm fine. I've recovered, and I think doing a lot of physical activities does help you with your lung capacity, and has actually improved from the last time that I've had it done. That indicates that perhaps all the pranayamas and yoga that I've been involved in helps with expanding your lungs capacity. So after the PFP, I went to get my eyesight checked, and that was an interesting one because I nearly passed out, guys. I don't know what happened. So there was 2 rooms. In one, I was getting my just eyesight checked. After that, I moved to another department where the guy was supposed to check my pressure, and while he was checking my pressure, he's put some eye drops in my eyes. Now these eye drops didn't make my eyesight blurry. They were just an eye drops, like a local anesthetic kind of drops, and a dye that he's put in my eye, which was kind of a yellowish tone. So he's put that machine really, really close to my eye, and I got almost like scared that he's going to poke me in my eye. And perhaps this effect had startled me, and I started to feel really dizzy. So about
Oh
2-3 minutes after
wow.
I was just sitting and talking to the doctor about my eyesight, I was explaining that I had my laser surgery done when I was 20 years old, and he was like, "You okay?" And I just looked at him, and I was feeling really faint. I was feeling I'm gonna pass out. So I just sat down and I said, "I'm really feeling faint." So he's called the nurse giving me some water. I don't know what happened. I've never had such feeling before. Only once when I was pregnant,
What
I
the
was feeling like
heck?
I'm going to faint, but I never fainted in my life. So this is not something that commonly happened to me, but I was about to pass out. I'm seriously thinking that another 2-3 minutes, had I actually got up, I would probably just collapse. Thank God nothing happened. After about 3 to 4 minutes of sitting still, I put my head put my head down.
Mhm.
And with my head down, I kind of waited out the time that I was feeling unwell. And then I sat up.
That's crazy though that that happened like in that moment. And I felt like that a couple of times, but literally because of physical exhaustion, and then because of I needed food. I hadn't eaten in so long, and my stomach was, or my body felt like it started to give up on me. But to God, to visit, like that's scary to think that you're almost at that point. That's always just anytime I get lightheaded, I'm like I start getting nervous because like I don't like that dizziness, that fainting, that feeling weak, that it.
Had a bit more water, and I was fine. But after that, they refused for me to have the treadmill test, because of which I had to do it the next day. So after the eyesight, the very interesting experience, I went for ECG. And when the ECG happened, I did explain to the doctor that I had a lot of palpitations. So all my life I've suffered with heart palpitations. So the doctor had sent me to the cardiologist, who came back to perform the test on me himself. So he's done a lot of he was checking the ultrasound of my heart, and he said to me that he does see that I am palpitating, and there's extra beat or premature
Hmm,
beat. They called it a premature beat. So it's not like palpitations entirely. It used to be a palpitations, now
a
it's premature
premature
beats, which
beat.
the doctor explained to me that is not dangerous. It's just something I have to get used to. There are actually medication which can help me with that, but the doctor said that it does lower the blood pressure, which is already very low in my
Yeah,
case. So he said, I
yeah,
advise strongly you not to take it. Instead,
agreed,
just manage it by just
agreed.
ignoring it. Just ignore it. He said, it's fine. Your heart is not unhealthy. We've done the treadmill test the next day, and it's all shown that my heart is in a very, very good shape. And as the doctor said it with the laughing note, it should last you a lifetime. In between, I went to the 5th floor to have my pap smear done, and the last thing that I did was a USG of my stomach. So they have checked my liver, my kidney, my ovaries, whole abdominal with PVR, it's called actually, USG. So that also shown that everything was fine, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I was supposed to discuss the results later. One more thing that was done, and I forgot to mention it, was because there were so many of them, was that I did a full body scan for bone density. So this is bone density scan, which would discover whether you are at the high risk of getting early osteoporosis. I think that's how you pronounce it. English is also my second language. On a day, you get given this big folder in which there are all the results,
Ooh,
and there's this big checklist which they take
dang.
along with you, and you can ask a lady. There was a nice lady who was just guiding me through it, and like she was making sure that I get to the right
Bone
department.
density.
And once your tests are done, they also put in here, and any notes that the doctors feel like they need to do, they also put it in here. Just briefly going to discuss that all my tests came out very well, and I've spoken to the physician today, to the gyno, and also to a cardiologist, and they all confirm that I'm quite fit and healthy. There is nothing I should be worrying about. Why do I think that you should all get it done? Now, 9,900 rupees, which I just confirmed that was the price that I paid for it, is really not much in prevention and detection of early sign of any disease that you may have, whether that's a diabetes, whether that's any type of cancer, or even just some simple things like infections. You can eliminate those, or you can prevent
Yeah,
from it getting a bigger issue before it gets too bad. So I really urge
yeah.
everyone, don't wait until something hurts me, until something that I struggle with, until something really bothers me. Just do it. And I think it's a really wonderful.
I completely agree with what she's saying, and I feel like here in the U.S., most of our life, and most of a lot of people's lives here in the U.S., we look at healthcare as something that when something happens, we use, but a lot of us don't look at it before something happens. Let's continuously get checked out just to make sure, you know, your regular checkups, just to make sure everything's working correctly. But Some of us can't afford insurance, or some of us don't go to the doctor. We don't get these checkups. We don't do these things. I'm about to go in for a checkup this month. It'll be the first checkup I've had, I think, since I was in high school. And so you're looking at all those years I just never been, and I feel like it's definitely something I still didn't even think was necessary when I scheduled it. But I had health insurance. It's the first time I had health insurance so long. I was like, let me use it. Let me go here, get checked out, just make sure everything's going smooth, everything's working proper, and there's nothing to be on the lookout for. So um, I think like yeah, you guys watching a movie, one of the richest people in the world, and he's like, yeah, it was like no money, no house, no cars, no anything is more important than your health, right? Your health is more important than all of it, and so your health is your wealth, guys. You got to take care of yourself, and I know I'm saying this, but as an American, and you guys know it's common sense. You guys, yeah, of course. But as an American, a lot of us just we can't afford to go to the hospital, so we choose not to unless we're just really sick, and that's the wrong way to look at healthcare.
Present to gift to somebody as well. If you have any loved one, any family members that are reaching a round anniversary, perhaps give them a health check. I really think that anyone who does look after themselves should invest money in their own health. With that being said, I'm going to attempt now to check online how much such tests can cost in the UK, and I'm going to use ChatGPT, of course, because that's my favorite platform to use as an AI tool to break it down. How much would I possibly pay privately, because there's no chance you can get that all done on NHS. So I'm going to check how much privately would you have to pay. So here I just typed how much would a full health check cost in the UK, and I've just listed the very basic things that were done without the
Okay.
full description of each and every single one of the tests that was done. I got a list of the sample packages that you could I got a list of the sample packages that you could choose with Bupa, Nuffield, Circle Health, and Medical Express. And mind you, these are not fully inclusive of everything that has been done on a day. Therefore, I went ahead and I've asked ChatGPT once again to total it up if I was to get the package that would include every single one of the items that was performed on a health check. And this is the full price. Don't you think?
That's the UK. I'd be scared to. The US would probably be like 10 times what that UK said, and that's even scarier. But hey, now let's hear what it cost in India.
The comparison is just crazy. It's crazy how much you have to pay for it outside of India. And if you ever are on holidays in India or happen to just come by, visit somebody, just get your health check done, because you're saving yourself so much
Yeah.
money. That flight ticket probably would cover up for it, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and
Oh
if you
man,
wanted to check my previous video, which
I'm sorry. I just saw what she paid in rupees for the Indian doctor, but I didn't transfer that to pounds. So I think she said the deal was 9,900 rupees to pounds. Oh my days! So for all that in pounds, she paid $83, and in the UK, it would have cost her at the minimum 2,000 from what ChatGPT said.
some of the
Yeah.
b-roll footage I've used into this video, because I couldn't film everything and anything to make this video a bit more interesting. I would link this video in the description box below for you. And also, if you guys are interested to see a bit more video from our travels in India, I would highly recommend you checking that out on our channel. And for now, I hope you're having a good day.
Jeez, that is, yeah, it's just wild to me, like healthcare, and I don't know all the numbers behind everything, how much it would truly cost for a country to take care of its people without profit being the main priority. And so yeah, I don't know. Y'all talk to me in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the prices. Do you think that comparatively, when you compare cost of living and wages and everything, that what India's healthcare costs and what UK's healthcare costs is comparative when you throw in other factors, or do you still think, even with those factors thrown in, that Indian healthcare is still much more affordable. So y'all talk to me in the comment section if that question made sense. If you guys enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, check out the decks. I'll see y'all next time.